Hi everyone, I'm Hannah Mordecai, a social work student at ASU, and today we're going to be delving into a serious topic that affects our older Americans, and that's elder financial abuse. Elder financial abuse and exploitation is an issue that demands our attention. Financial abuse of the elderly is when a person takes advantage of an elder through seizing their financial assets without authorization. The definition of elder varies across studies, but is typically defined as someone who is 65 years of age or older. This exploitation can take the form of scams, abuse of power of attorney authority, threats, or unauthorized access by a trusted friend, family member, or caregiver. Unfortunately, this issue is widespread and devastating. According to a report done by the U.S. National Council on Aging, elder financial abuse accounts for upwards of $36.5 billion in losses annually. Financial abuse comes with several negative consequences in addition to the loss of money. Declining medical well-being, lack of proper socialization, and emotional distress all result from this type of abuse. Fortunately, steps have already been taken to help combat this growing issue. Policies like the 2016 Victims of Crime Act Formula Victim Assistance Program rule are crucial steps in the right direction. This policy helped to expand how states can spend victim assistance allotment for financial abuse victims. Additionally, in 2020, nearly $2 million was granted to the National White Collar Crime Center in order to improve law enforcement agencies' understanding and response to elder financial abuse cases. Ever heard of the EAPPA? It stands for the 2017 Elder Abuse Prevention and Prosecution Act. This game-changing legislation has been a beacon of hope for our elderly community. The EAPPA's purpose was to both establish federal preventative measures regarding financial abuse towards elders, as well as to increase victim services and data collection through federal channels, making elder abuse data collection mandatory. The efficacy of the EAPPA is difficult to measure at this time due to the complications of the COVID-19 pandemic and its relative recency. However, due to this act, the U.S. Department of Justice now writes an annual report to Congress on its activities and findings concerning elder fraud. The 2022 report details actions such as a program introduced to be victim-centered and trauma-informed for interviewing elder abuse victims, a judicial guardianship evaluation, and the punitive actions taken against companies and organizations contributing to elder financial exploitation. The issue of elder financial exploitation is important for social work, especially for those in the gerontological field. Financial abuse and the financial loss associated impacts quality of life in nearly every way, including mental, emotional, medical, and social aspects. The purpose of social work is to enhance human well-being and help people meet their needs, and this abuse affects these people's abilities to meet their needs by draining them of resources. One recommendation I have is implementing a more regular power of attorney oversight. As it stands today, those with power of attorney do not regularly check in with any boards to determine if they are being responsible on behalf of the elder they care for. I think it would be productive to have the power of attorney submit a yearly summary of finances of sorts for review to potentially catch any financial exploitation. Another recommendation I have is to increase penalties for selling consumer information, something that causes elders' personal information to be made available to telemarketing and scam companies. What are your thoughts? What can we do to help this vulnerable population live a more comfortable and dignified life, free of the horrors of financial exploitation? Together, we can make a difference.